Okay, LeetCode number 21, merge two sorted lists. This is an easy problem. We're doing it in C#. What we're going to do is we're going to have two linked lists. These are singly linked lists, and we're going to create a third one. This is important. Don't just try to splice these together using one of these. At first, I thought that's what it was. That makes it a lot harder because you end up with a lot of little pointer manipulations here. But with a third list, this is pretty easy. So, but if you don't know linked list, then you're gonna have a hard time with it. So go learn that if you don't know it. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to know? Uh, not really. Blah blah. Sorted and non-decreasing. That's an interesting take on the word. In other words, increasing. Uh, Yeah, but I mean it's irrelevant. So let's just do this. C#, this is an ON solution. Some say ON plus M because you have two lists. It doesn't really matter. You're going through these at the same time, and at the end of the day, it's all just a bunch of nodes. It's O of N. And you've got we're gonna use O of one space because all we're going to do is have this third linked list, but the linked list is represented just by the first node. So that's all it's going to be. And then we're just going to link up the other lists. So that's all we got. All right, are we ready? First thing we need to do is we need to check that our lists are in the correct, well, certain little specifications on the list. Is one empty and the other not? Are both empty? That's what I'm talking about here. So if list one equals null, what we need to do is just return one of them. Doesn't matter which one, or just null, I guess. Let's just do list one. Whoa. All right, can't type. Dang, man. I'm doing this in my truck in a parking lot on a laptop. And it's a cheap laptop. This is one of those Walmart little, I don't know, HP or something. Oh, it's a Lenovo cheapo thing. Uh okay. So on this one we're checking that list 1 is not null but list 2 is. So we're just going to return list 1. There's nothing to merge here. And then we do the opposite of that with list 2. Okay, well, got that out of the way. Okay, so what we need is we need our third list. So let's see, third list for results. Okay, so if you don't know about this, this is some people call this a dummy node. I just call it start. So var start equals new list node. Now let's check our constructor here. Okay, so it's going to be 0 with null. Okay, fine. But we don't want to see if it's empty each time, because you'd have to have that check every time in your list. Unless you can just drop in another function after that first time, like we would do in JavaScript. But anyway, because you can just redefine on the fly on JavaScript. Bam. Okay, here we go. Var. Let's see. What are we going to call this? Result equals start. Now, we need the result here because we're going to save the start. The start is actually going to be our working thing. So we're going to lose start as we keep adding because we got to say start.next, start equals start.next, blah, 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 as we go along because start, You know, that's where we're putting our nodes at as we progress through the iteration. So let's do it. So now we need to iterate through this and just throw them into start. And of course we use the while loop. So while list1 does not equal null and list2 does not equal null, then we're going to do whatever we're doing right here. So if, let's see, list1 dot val, is it called val? Yes. Okay. Is less than list2 dot val, then we're going to add it to start. Oops. So start.next, that's actually the first node in our combined lists, equals list1. Now we need to increment these. So list1 equals list1 dot next. Okay. We'll increment start after our next after the else. Well, we can just do it right now so we don't forget. Start equals now we got an else. Now this will be for list 2. Okay, so we got an iteration there so we can end our while. We're incrementing, start.next, blah, blah. Okay, once we finish that, now the while loop, if the sizes of list 1 and list 2 are even, then it's just, we're going to be done after this. But if not, one of them might be longer. We need to take that into consideration. So now we need to merge, what would we say? Leftover. Okay. So if list 1 does not equal null, that means some's left, so we need to do it. Wait, we can do this. Then start.next equals list1. Okay. Now both of these can't have them. That's impossible. So this would be list 2. That's that. Only thing left now is to return. We're going to return result dot next. Because remember, the first one is just a dummy node. That's just the beginning. That way we don't have to check if it's empty at the very beginning. If we didn't do that, we'd use result. We'd still lose it though, because result would have to be, see where start.next right here? At the very end of this run, this is going to be at the very end. So we would lose the beginning of it. So you always got to have a link back to the very beginning. Okay, that's it on that one. That should be it. Hopefully I didn't make mistakes here. Test cases? Nope. Let's do it. All right, 0 milliseconds beats 100%. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah, get the word out. Okay. If you like it, go ahead and like it, man. I appreciate it. All right, see you guys on the next one.